Alright, so take my R1 seat, a little bit bad condition, but cheap one from online somewhere. Yeah, just picked off staples, pulling this back. That looks a bit tricky to put back on. It doesn't actually fit my tank very well, but it's close enough, squash it on to the point where I'm just going to try it as it is. If I'm not happy with it, then I'll have to modify it further, but I'm really in the mood for doing something really clever. I just want to kind of get it done on the bike. So yeah, what I did is I lined it up on the bike and then just sort of drew lines on there, carefully sort of figured out what they were on the back, so I'm just cutting off this section basically. So I'm just going to do that with a hand saw. One more staple. Oh no, it's hitting that metal inside. It's like sponge cake. Okay. Cut both sides off. There you go. Just got to tuck that in tight. Get that stapled up nicely. There you go. Hopefully I can finish it reasonably nicely, and that's a really quick seat modification. Much more comfortable to ride. Okay, so get the giant sponge pillow off. Test this out. What's convenient is that little hook just about works, but it's a little bit short when I push it down. Don't know if this is showing up on screen, but I can push it down and get it in there, but it's a little bit short. I can extend that, it's no problem. Also, I'm looking at what I'm actually sitting on now, because I've reduced the width. That little block there, both sides, when it's lined up nicely, that sponge goes in there now. It comes back a bit too far. Pushing it on standard, it was just pushing against that, so that's part of my guide for choosing where to cut it. Get that sitting in there. But what actually am I sitting on now? It does just about touch the fuse box. It's sort of just touching the battery in the fuse box. So with that in mind, I know in my local hardware store I can choose like between 5, 10, 15 mil thick sort of hard rubber sheets. So I'm just going to get something, maybe I'll just get a 5 mil one, just goes straight across there nicely, and then maybe the same stuff, just extend out there, put a bolt through that so it's nice and strong. I think that's all I need to do for the bottom half of this. Apart from a strap to get it secure, that's going to be hooked in nicely there, and then I might just do the same what I did with this one. See that? That just goes round, pulls up nice and tight and just clicks in position. Alright, here we go. So the seat hooks under there, and then no straps. You go down through there, through that hole, and then back this way, and then they attach straight across the middle there, and that. When I pull it tight, it's pushing the seat forward and keeps it under the hook, so it's quite secure. Alright, and there we go. Sits under the hook, don't wobble too much. you make a seat yourself is never going to be a professional job. Well, it might be, but in my case, I can't do a professional job. It's always going to be best pass. I've got some ideas to improve it in the future. So there's that strap, nice and secure to the bottom of the seat, goes down there through that hole, then adjusted the strap so it's got to pull it really tight, so that stops it being able to pull back off that hook. So there you go. Unfortunately, when I lined up the seat and stuff, I didn't realise when I put the side panels back on, it's going to leave a gap there. The original FJ seat plastic sort of comes right out, so perhaps this cushion on the FJ seat, that back bit will be useful as well on the back on the FJ seat, so leave that on there, just cut that swoopy up bit off, and again, that might be something to try in the future, but for now this is much more comfortable and yeah, much more pleasant to ride the bike. So there we go. For now, that's how it looks.